Hey guys, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm stuck in traffic and I have no children with me in the car, so and just kind of talk. As you can hear, I'm kind of losing my voice, so I apologize. But I wanted to quick talk about the aspect of meal planning. I know that is the biggest headache and confusion for a lot of people about what to do and how to do it. The 21-day fix nutrition plan is really simple. Once you break down what bracket you're in, you figure out your weight times the calculations they have, and then you figure out exactly how many of the portion containers that you're allowed to have a day. Does that mean that life is over and you have to eat carrots and kale and celery all day long? No, absolutely not. And at the end of the day, you should not have 6 green containers left over. The point of meal planning is so that way you can make sure that your 6 containers of green, if that's what you're allotted, are broken down throughout the day. So maybe you have spinach in your Shakeology in the morning, or a spinach omelet, or something of that matter, to incorporate greens into that. Lunch, maybe you have a salad with chicken and so forth. So right there, again, banging out more greens. Snack, maybe celery with peanut butter. So those are all ways that you incorporate greens throughout the day, because that seems to be everybody's biggest struggle, those big, awful greens. Fruits, again, same thing. Fruit, add it to your smoothie in the morning. That will tackle a fruit for you. Add it to one to your lunch if you get 2, or have it as a snack if you get 2. If you get 3, then make sure you have 1 as a snack and 1 in your lunch. At nighttime, your carbs, your yellows, that's the one that if you're like me, you love your yellows and you cry when you don't have enough of them, because that's my big weakness. I'm an Italian and not an Italian. So ultimately, you want to make sure that you are getting carbs, not cutting them, because your body needs carbs, good carbs, whole wheats, not white rice, not white pasta, not white bread, none of that stuff. You want to make sure you're getting whole wheats in your system, so you're eating whole grains, you're eating brown rice, you're eating those good choices. Once you have those things put in place, you incorporate them into your day. Try to have your yellows, your carbs, earlier in the day and less at night. You also want to try and have a food window. I try to follow intermittent fasting. I'm not always religious with it, but when I do, I try to have a window of 8 hours that I eat throughout the day. So I might not eat my food until 12 o'clock is my first meal, and by 8 o'clock, that's the last time I'll have my next meal. So you want to make sure that you're in a window and you're not eating and then going right to bed. So schedule that out appropriately for your day. If you work swing shift, which a lot of you do, that's fine. But again, planning is key to this. So just make sure that on the day when you're working overnight, make sure that that day is set up like your night is my day, vice versa. It's really not that complicated. It's only as complicated as you make it. Meal planning is really not that hard. It's just breaking it down, figuring out what you want to eat. And if you're one of those people that are okay with eating the same things over and over, then it should be even easier for you. If you're like me and you get bored with the meals that you have, that's where it becomes a little more complicated, because I like to try and cook things more often. What I have found that helps is when I do make something, I make an extra batch and freeze it, and then make sure you label it and put it into the freezer so it doesn't get lost in the freezer abyss. So those are my tips for meal planning. They really seem to work well. You just need to follow it, stick with it, and put a plan in place. If you don't have a plan in place, then ultimately you will order Domino's, or you will get Chinese food on your way home, or at the baseball game or football game or wherever you are, you're going to order some fries, have a hot dog, and whatever else. And again, nothing wrong with that if you do have a cheat meal here or there. But the point of doing this 30 days is to focus on less cheating, more staying with it, and being committed. So pretend this is a relationship, and you and I, or in your other coaches and so forth that we're working with together, are now in a committed relationship, and every time that we sneak cookies, crackers, cakes, and everything else, beer, wine, whatever, we're cheating. And we're cheating on each other, and we're cheating on the pact that we're going to make coming into this Monday, starting our 30 days. So try to get serious. Put together an idea of what you're going to have for your main meal, essentially, and then the other meals build around that, and then we'll go from there. If you need help with your control, your portion control system, let me know, because it's so easy. You don't need to count calories. I use the Lose It app just to track and make sure I'm staying within my parameter of calories, to make sure I'm getting enough and so forth. But again, if you need help, make sure you ask, and make sure you're writing down everything that you are eating on a daily basis, because if you don't log your food, you are going to end up adding a lot of extra stuff into your day by just snacking and randomly grazing off of your children's plates or wherever you are, because every time you steal a fruit snack, a cookie, or anything else, it ends up not just being one, but it ends up being multiple in the end, and that all adds up. If you put it all in a bag at the end of the week, it would be a pretty heavy bag. So make sure that starting Monday you are committed, because the results that you're going to get are going to be equal to your commitment to this challenge. So think about that when you think about the choices that you're about to make. And I'm so thankful that you guys chose to do this. So let's give it our all, and let's see what we can do this 30 days. All right, guys, bye.